Okay, welcome everybody. And hey, Peter, I might ask one more time. Can you hear what's going on?
Yes, I can.
Oh. No,
No, yes, I can. Everything sounds perfect.
you make one step forward, you'll take two steps back.
Well, you're getting a little muddled now.
So we didn't have a microphone we could pass around to everybody to talk. Online hearing. Now we got the microphone. Can't hear them. So one month we're gonna get it. So welcome. Anybody new tonight? All right. Good to see you. Yeah, I've never been here before.
No, do we get a free camera on?
Okay, real quick. Gonna start the slideshow. Library closing. One announcement. Couple announcements. Today is information about photos in February, we're not live, so if you haven't checked, you know, check that because we've got updated date, deadline dates for the action you want. The other thing is, tomorrow afternoon, an email will be going out about the photo walk this month. It'll be on the 19th, but, I've been told to the Monday. The week today, we're going to be going down. We're going to meet at the Randolph parking lot, the Via parking lot, and called the Randolph Via parking lot. The email will have one time we're going to meet, and then but it's all, bus downtown, walk around for a while. Did find out that the revenue is so we're going to find the other bus line downtown that will take us up Broadway, so we go to Pearl, and Pearl and come back downtown. It's the 17th back to the end of the So details on that coming up tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Right now, people working here. So let's folks at our Zoom. Not hear your video. So one drives the people to the photographer. They're going to go online. Well, you can provide input. Get the mic and bounce it out right over the room. And Johnny on the spot with the mic. Okay. And there we go. Welcome. Sponsors, we want to thank all our sponsors. Okay. Approval of the minutes. Everybody's had a chance to look at the minutes online. I need someone to move a motion that we approve the minutes. Okay. All right, we got a first and second here to approve. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? None. Okay, great. Time to review the photos. So the assignment photos was ICM.
Okay, intentional camera movement. And let me ask real quick, somebody on Zoom, are you able to hear okay?
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
hear-
now I can. You must be speaking in the microphone now, so I can hear you good.
Okay, Ralph, can you speak in the mic? Did y'all hear Ralph?
No,
You can't hear Ralph?
Yes, 1, 2, yes.
no, he's very muted.
Shoot.
Can you hear me now?
It's muted, but I can hear it.
What about now?
That sounds good.
Say something, Ralph. Was that okay for Ralph?
Not really.
No? Well, maybe we only took half a step forward. Okay. I tell you what. Okay, well, anyway, the assignment this month was ICM, camera movement, intentional camera movement. And, how many of those do we have, Harley? 19 submissions for camera movement. Okay, so I did the timing, and if we spend 2 minutes on every photo, we won't get through every photo we gotta get through tonight. So we're not gonna make it, but we'll do the best we can. So what we're gonna try to do is, and this is gonna be hard for the folks online because well, I can turn the volume up on mine. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so the first photo that we have.
American.
Yeah. What you on that? Okay. Carlina, tell us how you went about getting that shot.
So I just basically, my computer open for a long time and moved the camera very slowly. And was able to lock off the center shelf in between it.
Okay, does anybody want to provide any feedback? Well, it looks like did you apply a filter to it? Okay. Okay. And you pan what, right to left or left to right? How'd you do it? You zoomed? Oh, you just went from okay, okay.
probably to get enough time.
Yeah, just to move it slowly. In my, I didn't want it totally blurry.
That's slightly more time you need, but it gives more time.
Okay. So what'd you think about the tech? Is it something you've done before?
No,
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you had fun doing the assignment or, or trying to do the assignment. Okay. All right. Okay, now I can, all right. I wish he was here so he knows what it was. You what? Hmm,
Sure, at about 11 o'clock, got the face plans.
okay. Okay. All right. Jim? Oh, it's on a fence? Fence? I thought it was telephone wire.
You came back to that spot.
Okay. Well, the, I thought the photo, and I can only review these photos when I've got them on a big screen so that I can see them because my eyesight's going bad. Um, but on the big screen, when I was looking at it, I, I liked it, but I think you've got two hot spots that are kind of distracting. And then I'm guessing that large dark thing on the left-hand side is a tree or something. Okay. And I thought if you cropped it some to take that big tree on out, got rid of the hot spot on the top, and then you could use content aware to fill in that second hot spot in the middle. To where the entire picture was all that zoom burst and green. Okay, and then you had the contrast of the red right there on the upper 1/3 would make the impact of the photo stronger. Okay, but it's clear you understood the technique, and I like the fact that I thought you shot it handheld, because whenever I do a zoom burst handheld, I always start with the subject in the center, but when I'm zooming, they tend to move left or right depending on which way I rotate the barrel, and they just end up on the left and the right. So,
Suzanne online said that she really liked this, that the bird was the center of the.
yep. All right. Thanks. She's not online? Okay. Let's go to the next one then.
Hi, I'm here.
Y'all can y'all hear my, okay, great. Okay, Suzanne, tell us about it.
So this is a flower in my yard, and you mentioned those hot spots. I'm like, okay, I cropped those out because I did have hot spots in some of my pictures. But what I like about this is center is almost a focus. And I got it left to right. I don't know. I'm open to any critique. This is the first I've done the camera technique, and what I did is I just rotated the lens.
So when you say rotate the lens, you use the zoom ring or you rotate the camera?
I used the zoom ring and a quarter second exposure, but yeah, I rotated the zoom ring.
Okay. Well, I like the photo. I like the contrast, and I like, to me, and you know, there's two topics that always has become near and dear to my heart, and that's ICM and straight out of camera. Tweaking all the settings that you can in the camera to get the best JPEG right out of camera. Think allows you to spend more time behind the camera instead of behind a computer. And then ICM, because I'm getting old and I can't hold the camera steady anyway. So I just fall into that new genre of photography. But I like that photo. Does anybody have any comments for Suzanne? Nope. Okay. Thanks, Suzanne.
I enjoyed doing the assistant.
I'm glad you did it. Who is this?
So
Oh.
this is,
Okay.
for that, this is a picture of this, the McLaren 720S.
Here, I'll show the folks online.
And it's on a video tripod so that I can swivel the whole thing, and then the plate that it's on was, so I loosened up the camera so I can swivel that separately to get that.
That's really cool.
So, hey, Carrie, that one really red bright line, what was that?
That's the, so the sunset isn't real. It's a photo that I took, but it's projected on TV, so like as long as I needed to get this right.
Okay,
That's
so
supposed to be the street light. It should be red, but
okay.
Was it intentional to light it up with the antenna? It's not actually an antenna, it is a light post, it just wasn't. And I did have reflections in the other ones, I didn't like the other pictures as well, but I did have a reflection of a flashlight hitting that so that it would really streak off of that street light.
Oh, okay.
Hard to control.
It looks like the left wheel is missing.
It's all there, it's just the way that it's.
Yeah,
and it looks like that's the one.
Well, I think that's pretty cool. Okay, all right.
Doesn't look like a toy car at all.
No, it doesn't.
That was the intent.
Well, that's I get enjoyment just hearing the technique. Okay. And I love the colors in the photo. Okay. Thanks, Carrie.
Submitted by Peter. It's online.
Okay. Go ahead, Peter. Tell us what it is and how you went about creating the image.
Well, so I live in the hill country and the horsemen are all over my yard. There's literally thousands of them. So I thought I would use them as a subject. It's a combination of two photos. The first one was an ordinary photo, and the second one I really just jiggled the camera. And then I brought the two into Photoshop in layers, and I kind of wanted to see some of the flowers because I thought it kind of distorted it too much. So I wanted to take the center and kind of highlight it. And then of course, because I can't leave anything alone, I kind of put a lighting filter on it to kind of highlight it in Photoshop and kind of finish it off. So it's really a composite.
Okay.
It-
Well, the colors are nice. I don't know that I can. Does anybody have any questions for Peter?
Is that, light or is that a lens flare?
Okay, we've got a question here, Peter.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear the question?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't.
Red light in the center, is that a lens flare or is that a red spot behind it?
It's a lens flare that I did in Photoshop.
Okay. All right. Holly, you have anything, comments for him?
Oh, I think the lens flare adds a little bit of a magical quality to it. Fairy flower or something. I kind of like the effect.
Almost like an angel halo or a candle halo.
Yeah, and the bottom looks like it's coming out of some kind of mist or fog.
And that's because of the jiggle. That was the original photo.
Okay.
I just kind of went diagonally with the camera a short distance.
Okay. And there's no metadata available. I guess that's because of the composite.
Exactly, because once you take it into Photoshop, it makes it, a TIFF of it and then
Yeah,
bring it back. But it was basically about a half a second exposure.
Half a second, okay.
Right,
Okay.
and I used I had a ring light on my camera because it was pitch dark out. That's why the background is all black.
Okay, okay, good deal. See, all these details is kind of stuff that I want to hear. I don't know about anybody else here, but I like to hear how the photo was created, not just what you did in Photoshop, but what you did with the camera to get it started. Okay. All right, thanks, Peter.
Sure.
Bill's not here? Okay.
Motion by James versus James.
No? Okay.
On the go by James. There you
Nothing special about it, it's just a panning job.
Annie? Okay.
And it, not just, you can't see it up there, but I almost nailed on it first. Here, look.
Okay.
Here, look.
So, yeah. Okay, so you use the panning technique to get that. Okay. Is it cropped? Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Barry, why don't you tell us about the photo?
Straight horizontal pan. And out of the room. Kind of OCDs. So.
So had you ever panned before?
Yes.
So panning was natural to you? Okay. All right. Okay,
It's hard to nail that well.
it is.
Detail in the text, if there is a shadow, I guess that's a shadow in the mirror, and then the detail, the lighting on the little booth back there.
But where's that at?
Beach Road.
Okay. Okay. I love the colors. Yeah. Okay.
A good location and have subject isolated. It's the background of the green grass, and you get the sea and sky behind that really well done.
That's
Okay.
straight out of camp, that's close to natural color.
Well, you say straight out of the camera, meaning I did nothing to it.
Yeah, any coloring change?
I always run it through some topaz, filters that
Yeah.
adjust basic.
Okay. All right.
Silver bullet by Christiane.
Yeah, I'm also just planning. I did, added to it for the car to make it more silver.
Did you bring the car with you to show us? Did you bring the car with you? Okay.
Went by, I was really wanting a motorcycle or something cool, but this car turned out pretty good. I used the polarization filter on it, and it made the car just pop, and I like the blue with the silver and the yellow lines. Turned out pretty good.
And when you say polarization filter, are you talking about a, okay, okay.
Right, they make a polarized filter
Yeah,
that I know Adobe does that gives it a metallic
Yes.
or like a water effect.
there's a polarization too, but this one was, yeah. Anyway. It's silver.
Yeah, it looks electrified. And, the wispiness of it, is just really, really nice. I would say, well, I don't, it almost looks like the car is going in reverse. Because of the way the light stream is off of it. Okay. Did you use a flash? No? Okay. All right.
Is there a second car in that photo? That's slightly in front, looks like a red tail light in front.
It's in the background, so it may be light from shop lights and stuff, so that was just a single car going by.
Okay. Well, it looks really phenomenal. So,
Yeah, getting the blue hour with the silver car, the color tones are just exquisite.
yep. Okay. All right. Okay.
Shining the Flock by Suzanne Dawn.
All right, Suzanne. Okay, do you know how long your shutter speed was? Okay, so more than a second, and you did the majority of your zoom in the beginning, so it would settle down and have a little time to capture the subject in focus? Okay,
And that, you said.
Were you zooming in or out?
I really like this effect. I think it looks really cool.
Yeah.
I would darken up Jesus's hair though, to make him stand out a little bit more on his head. It blends a little bit in with the pouch.
okay.
Ed, is Ed here? I think so. Do the list by Ed. No, he's not here.
Not here, okay.
We've got Horst.
This is my backyard, and I created a special technique. What I did, I have a tripod with a ball head put it to the right, with a panorama hat on with a when I make this movement, there's one time here, over there, so it's exactly here. And then I put the shutter speed to my natural hand speed. And then I put continuous shooting. So I hear the click, I get the rhythm. But when it's my click, I be here, you know, and I be limited from here to here with my photo. And then I put the polarizer on to eliminate the whites, lines, stripes, or what it's called. This is what I do.
I like the retones and the texture.
This is,
painting.
This is my backyard, the golden hour late of the sun.
It's so beautiful. It looks like a painting.
Okay, for the folks that couldn't see the demonstration that Horst provided for us, he was sharing about how he has a degree eliminator on his tripod head that he can set it to move like 10 degrees rather than just panning 180 left to right. And he set that up so that he could be consistent shot to shot to shot with getting the same type shot in relation to the timing that he had to work with. And he actually, I met him last week and he showed me his tripod setup for that. And I was very impressed with it. It really helps if you're trying to get consistent work as opposed to having a normal tripod head that you can't limit the range on. And you take 50 photos and they're all slightly different as opposed to all being keyed in at the same time and start and finish. I thought that was really ingenious. So come to a meeting. I'm sure he'll be happy, or come to a coffee. Maybe he'll bring it to a coffee and show everybody his setup. I thought it was pretty good. Thanks, Horst.
Sandy
And
is,
Sandy,
it's traveling.
Sandy is traveling, yes, okay.
I was trying to get the effect of Sandy. And just spinning the camera, just spinning the whole thing. And I like this one because it looks a little three-dimensional in the light room and pumped up the colors a little bit. And
Hey, what are we looking at though? Wildflowers, okay. Uh-huh.
is
it's a really nice area there. Next year.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Thanks, Frank.
So it's just a hand movement from the right to left. I have I think it's 41 millimeters, 2 seconds. 20 millimeters. Just the ditch with a lot of wildflowers. I like that. Not by itself, because the yellow, right? It's not by itself.
And when you were moving the camera, did you stop? You did that one flower?
Started on the flower and finished with the other way. Left, right, turning it.
Okay. Yours doesn't have any metadata either. Is that because, did you take it into Photoshop? Okay. All right. Well, I like the color contrast. That's always a color contrast is always a good rule of thumb. Okay. Thanks, Tony.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Did not see her tonight.
Okay. Well, then that leaves us with just announcing who our winner was. And our winner was Horst. Congratulations, boy.
Well deserved. Beautiful.
And you guys can't see it, but Horst is about to get this certificate. I'll have your certificate at coffee if you're there. The gift card, the $25 gift card, I'll have it at coffee.
More or less, this reminds me of a childhood, looking through the screen door out to the field of Braunfels.
Okay, so the theme for July is sunsets and sunrises. Okay, so how many people are going to shoot a sunrise? Raise your hand. How many people are going to shoot a sunset? Raise your hand. Yeah, people after my own heart. I'm more of a sunset guy. Now, I see more sunsets than I see sunrises. Okay. All right. We're going to go into our black and whites. Okay.
Adventure by Christy.
They took us up, some trails in Silverton. And not all the trails were open yet, so there was still a lot of snow. And it's a red Jeep. I really was torn between submitting it in black and white or the colors because it was literally red, white, and blue. Beautiful. The sky was blue, but the contrast in black and white also came out really good. I decided on black and white.
Okay.
This was, Amethyst Forks, and we went up to the cinnamon, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Back to the happy
This is in Ireland, and after Gabby, vacation. And then, 10 years ago, it's an HD. Phones. Back in the light.
I'm gonna channel Patricia and say wonderful textures.
That would be true.
Takes you back in time. You never seen the real castle.
I like the light coming in through the openings also. Shadows are nice.
Reading mine.
Cabin in the Woods by Jim.
This one was in the park in. And I added the.
It looks like something that was taken back in the 50s or something. It's a cool effect.
Okay. I,
Cafe Scene Venice by Daryl. It's not with us.
I wish he was here. I'd like to. Okay. Well, you know, the zoom effect that you apply, that you got with that, to me makes it look like a first being black and white, and then with the zoom effect, makes it look like it's an old photo that that obviously a young kid wouldn't stay still for. Yeah, okay.
At first glance at it, I thought it would be like a good horror movie poster because you could replace the blanket with like vomit or blood or something.
Okay.
This one's by Ed, version by Ed, and he's
And he's not here? Okay.
Sente. He's also
And he's not here. Okay.
this by Beverly. Beverly, she's online.
Okay, great.
Okay, this was a foggy morning last summer when we were on vacation and the fog was lifting, and it was actually taken in color, but I converted it to black and white, and that's really the only thing I did to it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Beverly.
It was a white. Early in the morning. It did make a great joy shot. I wanted to watch.
I want to know, saying you got a flower in the wild, I'll tell you.
Well, there's lots of them from. Have to look and look and look until you find them without holes in the petals.
Did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look and look. It has a little bit of yellow stem. Like green, blue, blurred out background, so black and white makes it go. Beautiful.
I like the bud in the lower right-hand corner.
All right. Thanks, James.
That's one by Sandy.
Oh, man.
The same shot. I was so upset as I didn't pay my models, you know, so, but
Spooky Tree by James.
Okay.
Another by Forrest.
Oh, you know, I did this picture and somewhere in Utah on the road and I saw this. And it is usually green, different green, yellowish green, also layers in color much better than right now. But,
That's the red light.
no, this is.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Horst. Oh, color photos.
Anna Lillian Motion by Barbara. She's a lot of people traveling this snow. Tops of Trees by Suzanne Packard.
Oh, so this, I was just, practicing, panning up and down for the assignment photo. I don't know, that's all I have to say.
Well, tell us where it's at.
It's, here in Shirts, there's a, I don't even know what, there's a building with an open field and, there's these, the oak trees, in the open field. So I was very careful to make sure I didn't get any houses in there. But, and I tried to darken up the white spots there. But anyways, I practiced a couple of different techniques, and then the flower was the one I submitted for the competition.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, it reminds me of a lot, well, you know, everybody's seen those photographs of just a huge what do you call them? Birch trees?
Oh,
Aspen trees, yeah. Aspen trees and bamboo, okay, I think work really, really well with this kind of shot that Suzanne's got right here. Okay, don't ask me why, but I just, my eyes drawn to it. And that's kind of what this reminded me of, except that, you know, I know they're dark, but it looks like a forest that you're fixing to go into. So
yeah. Yeah, I could see where aspen trees, because they're kind of a whiter bark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Suzanne.
All right, thank you.
It's coming on drone before we went into full color. Everybody's moving.
Found the rabbit hole by Patricia.
She's not here, okay.
Sandy.
Oh, gosh, dog. Oh,
Happy boy crush. Is that cute grandson?
He's actually in a very tight hallway. So I had the wall on my right side, and then the bathroom on the left.
It's cool. The effect almost looks like a basket weave, and it's really neat.
And that's the floor.
okay. Okay,
This is before going to the other side. And just so many. Dropped off.
All right, thanks, Tony.
Gonna have to separate you two.
Spot or B, but he actually stayed still all the way through the side. So it's another screw up stuff. So you really want to stay still though.
Did you focus back on that one?
Yeah.
How many do you think?
15 or 20 probably.
Was it an,
Back in,
all right, thanks, James.
London traffic signal plan theory.
October, we went to London. It's one of the first things I saw when we got. I don't think anybody around here is thinking stop light. Caught my eye, I thought it was really interesting. HDR, just thought it was unusual enough and like the compositions. Yeah, I think the HDR was.
That looks like a still from a movie. It's really cool.
Not in camera, I did it in photomatic. Special software. Yes. And the photomatic does a good job aligning.
Reminds me of the, magazine shots. I can't think of the guy that drew all those from, pardon?
Norman Rockwell.
Or what is saying landscape? What would be your preferred?
and on the subject, wouldn't it?
Well,
Well, I take, hey, Tony. Oh, no. Thanks.
a lot of representation, looking at what other, who they can be building one stop. Myself, I tend to think 2 shots or 3 shots is better. 2 shots. 3 shots, and I've tried 2 shots with 5 and 1 shot with 5. Every, just wondering if anybody else has played with it very much.
I've heard the instructors from Calgary and so forth, they recommend 2 stops, right in the center, and 2 stops, and 2 stops.
If you're shooting raw, it's got so much range on the one that by doing 2 stops, you pick a whole lot more than 1 stop. You're not picking more than 1 shot.
Okay, so, for the folks online, we were getting a consensus from everybody in the room on when they shoot HDR, how many stops do they stop down for the 2nd and 3rd and 4th or 5th shot? So, the consensus, I think, right now is about 2 stops of light.
Longhorn Cemetery by James Mercedes.
Okay.
Yeah, I just love the colors of that bird. And he came down to a picnic area and stole a little piece of a cracker and and I have about 50 shots on that one. Pretty perfect. I was pretty happy with that. Thank you.
Where were you at when you got the shot? Where were you at when you got the shot? In Colorado?
Yeah, I really love the diagonal. I actually took the picture to make it more diagonal, because I just love the wings going into the picture like that and the tail at the end. But yeah. Visually. Yeah. Right, that's what I did here to do.
Okay, okay.
Okay, this was the first leaves coming out on my plumera plant in the spring. And to me, the stalk and the leaves almost looks like some kind of strange creature with all of the, where the old leaves have fallen off, almost like an eye or something on them. So I just thought it was kind of cute.
Maybe I was thinking I'm Groot.
When that, now that Holly brought that up, it does look like group. Okay, thanks, Beverly.
You know, like the speed light was really close to the flowers, so I got that soft drop off. You can see on the base, it's not a hard line light, it's just kind of soft that wraps around. I've never seen a flower before.
For everyone in the room, you can see more shadow detail online than you can on the projected.
I was, because it's so close out. Around what?
I thought it was a picture of the flower you submitted for inner club. And you just took it after all the leaves had died. All the petals had dried up.
It's very cool. It's like almost like a firework in the sky.
Yeah.
Computers will be shutting down in a minute. Will be closing in 30 minutes. Get a library card, please come to the help desk at time. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Frank.
Planetary discharge by zero.
Okay.
Running off by Jim.
Listen, I took this picture about 8 years ago at the zoo, and this is what I thought about this with where this zoo, I was tracking the wolf in the birds and after that there. I think probably three shots pretty quickly, and that one was right perfect between the three. Looked like he was something.
And this one, I like better making me use my eyes to the photograph, because at first I didn't see the wolf. You know, I looked at the light in the middle and I went either way, and it was like startled alert, there's a wolf.
All right, thanks, Jim.
Flying with the Jellies, by Suzanne Brown.
You did really good. That was very good.
California,
Actually, the new one. Huh?
maybe it's put in California on the coast.
No, New Orleans. Yeah.
They have the same.
Yeah,
Yes.
they do.
Kelly.
And I wrote the story.
Then it's
Doing
very
the job.
good.
Pardon?
Very good.
No, that's the way they were.
Okay. Do, there's no metadata, but do you remember what your settings were? There's no metadata. Do you, remember like your white balance or anything like that? Or did? And did you have to use a flash? Okay. 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 I'm only asking because shooting things in an aquarium is like, you got reflections to deal with, color balance, you can like, not, you can't use a flash because that just shows up as a big hot spot in your photo without you take it off the camera and hold it way over on the side somewhere away from the camera. So, and usually I know some cameras have a special white balance for shooting aquariums. Okay, so.
Do you have any luck shooting glass, with flash by pressing up against the glass?
With pressing up against the glass with the lens?
Does it come through the new portion? That's
Yeah, but for a small aquarium, you can do that. But when you're in an aquarium and you're trying to get a wide shot, because you got a lot of stuff in there, you can't do that. Okay.
I made it with a prisma. A dark room, I have my prisma here, my tripod here, then I send it with a laser to the lens. I put the lens cap on to damage the sensor. We have a straight line, you know. And this is, when you see it on the computer, this is like a nail color. And what you can do, you can create a heart or letters. What you do, you have a plywood, you cut out with the sticks on the heart, then you go with the camera around the corners, and when you come to the starting point, you turn off the light. So then we have no overlapping, you know.
Wow, that sounds so complicated.
So, so what shape is that? That's just kind of like a oblong shape?
With the lens straight up here, the heart is. When you come to the starting point, you turn off the light, but otherwise you.
But this is not the heart, right?
No, this is prisma here. I light up the prisma in a dark room, and I go around with my hand.
Oh,
And you got all three colors on one try? All three colors. You got the green on one pass?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like neon lights. That's what it looks like. Well, I didn't think we were gonna make it, but we did. We got through all the photos in less than an hour and 15 minutes. That's because some people weren't here and we didn't spend time talking on about those photos. So the July theme is sunsets and sunrises, and we are halfway through the year. 6 months to go to the Christmas party, which I always look forward to. So since we got some extra time, is there anything anybody wants to talk
I have a question.
Super.
So ornamental architect, would that include like statues?
Oh, we do have it coming up, don't we? Didn't we send out a, what do you call it? A dictionary thing on that?
Definition of ornamental architecture. Would it include statues?
But, hey, well, yeah, Larry just brought up the fact about like statues on a building, like gargoyles and stuff like that. Hang on a second. Hey Siri, what's the definition of ornamental architecture? And Siri brings up. Let's see. Well, my Wi-Fi is not working out well. Here we go. Holly, can you read that?
An ornament is a form of decorative detail that is elegant enough to beautify and symbolize any object as part of it. Ornamentalization gives imagery of grandeur and royalty, especially in the older times, and with that, it made a mark of its symbolic, functional, and even cultural value. In architecture, ornamentation can be the decorative identification of a structure.
Okay. So,
And
so like standalone statues would not fall in that category, is how I interpret that.
yeah, I don't think so. And in fact, the photo that it brings up, let's see. Has, how would you describe this, Holly?
Oh, yeah, there's carvings. Let's see if it'll. See the background part.
Yeah. Yeah, so like wrought iron fences or like you said, gargoyles. Okay. All right. I got it. Thank you.
Anything from the thirties, you can consider, architectural terms, it can be functional structure, it can be neither. You can look at arches that serve a structural purpose, but they're also a design. Anything that, is Gothic is certainly ornamental, because most of it is fires for sure. They got no purpose.
And for anybody who's been in the club over a year knows that we always use the loosest interpretations of any definitions. Okay. Yeah.
Or it may have not. Check.
To know for sure, visit our website. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, it is patterns in nature. You're correct.
Ooh, that's a good question. You know, that's a great suggestion that we'll take up next year when we're thinking about themes. But after people have already we start in October, right? Putting out the themes. So we've kind of like already had 9 months to come up with sunrises and sunsets. We're not gonna throw anything extra in there a month out.
Now, for next year, you expect us to run the box. So the Milky Way, moon, planet, sun.
True. Okay, just a real, just a show of hands, who thinks they're gonna participate in Photo September? Okay, so you guys need to look at that email I sent out earlier today, okay? It gives the deadlines on things to do. And who here thinks they want to go to the field trip downtown San Antonio on the 19th? Okay, anybody online gonna go with us on the 19th? Okay,
Gonna pick King William or just downtown Riverwalk and park.
what we're gonna do is meet at the Randolph Park and Ride. And I'll send out an email on this, given the time that we're gonna meet and what the cost of the all-day bus pass is, okay? And if you are, there's a cost if you're 65 or older and have the VIA senior ID card, then the pass is a lot cheaper than if you don't have the ID card. But even if you're 65 and older, if you don't have that VIA ID card yet, you can't get the discounted rate. You still have to pay the full rate. Okay. So if anybody is 65 or older and wants to know how to get that senior discount pass, let me know. Okay. But Bill got his in one afternoon, so it's not hard. And the closest place I know of for if you live up around here is to go down to the VIA the VIA transfer site at North Star Mall. Okay, they have at their satellite facility there, they have a camera that can take your photo and produce the pass. Okay.
It's about a 2-minute walk.
Yeah, you have to park in the parking lot of Macy's and then take the sidewalk there on San Pedro up and then the crosswalk over to the bus station and walk inside. And takes about 5 minutes to get it done. And then you're good to go. Okay.
Downtown this past weekend, most of the construction, barricades and walkways have been cleared around the Alamo. And then you got a funny shot of the Alamo, they've got some new structures built in.
Okay.
Pretty neat things. They're still working and clearing off the buildings across the street, still in operation with them and all. And then the Riverwalk finally got vegetation. It's much prettier like.
Okay.
And the fountains, they're also
Okay. Well, we're going to try to, well, what I think we're going to try to do is, you know, just navigate the bus system down to get downtown, then walk around a little bit, taking some photos and finding somewhere maybe have coffee and a pastry or have breakfast, and then walk around a little bit more and track down the bus line that's going to take us up Broadway to the Pearl, and then we'll walk around the Pearl a little bit, then we'll take the same bus line back in the other direction to get back downtown so we can get to on 17 to come back. Okay, so depending on how the day goes, if we get a late start, then we may do lunch down there. We get an early start, we may do breakfast down there. Okay.
Best Lynn's choice?
Do
Your
what?
opinion, best Lynn's choice, opinion?
Best one's choice is something like if you have a full frame camera, 24 to 105. If you have a crop camera, I'd do an 18 to 200 or an 18 to 300. Something, don't pack a full camera bag. Monopod, I wouldn't worry about a tripod. If you got a platypod, bring the platypod. Yeah, travel light. I've done this trip before COVID with a camera bag and a tripod. And I was younger before COVID. So yeah, wear comfortable walking shoes. And then the fourth Wednesday of this month is going to be an education night, and it's going to be at the senior center from 7 to 9 p.m. Okay. The topic is going to be calibrating your laptop, printer. Okay. If you print and then loading paper profiles, if you do your own printing, or the print lab that you print from, like if you print from Digital Pro Lab, they have ICC profiles that you can download and add to your Lightroom or your Photoshop, so that if you know you're going to use like the Kodak Pro Luster or the metallic paper, well, when you do your drop down, you know, when you pick in Lightroom and Photoshop, where you pick sRGB or Adobe RGB, well, that's where the printer profile, the paper profiles show up. So once you add a paper profile, then that drop down menu box, okay, where, oh, okay, Kodak Pro Luster paper, you know, so you're using profile for that. When we click on that, the color, if your monitor is color calibrated, you'll see exactly how the color tone for that paper will be. Okay, it makes a little bit of a difference with some papers. Okay, all right. Okay.
Anybody ever shot here at Old Town? 26, with the museum there?
Anybody?
Before you get to Black Barbecue, you're heading towards Green. And it's got a lot of the original houses and structures in Braunfels, going back to the early 1800s. And one of the original New Braunfels schoolhouses.
Is that where the Museum of Windy Furniture is it in that area?
Yeah, they make rooms, and I haven't been in it. I stopped by there today and talked to the caretaker. That's not part of the museum. She's telling me a little bit about the museum. They have a process where you actually watch and make rooms like they used to be made. They've got some old things in there that you can look at. But I kind of walked the grounds a little bit at Old Town, which is right before that, so the driveway right before that. They got some nice old buildings there.
Okay. All right. Well, library's closing in 10 minutes. We have to put all the chairs back in stacks against the wall. Anybody, if you got questions about anything we're doing, check the website. And we got coffee every Wednesday at Panera. And so
Sunday the 25th, they're having a car show in the senior center. They rescheduled for the whole time.
okay, guys, for those of you on Zoom, I'm glad you tuned in.